They say that when you do acid and shrooms, you got to be with people that you very much enjoy, that make you laugh, make you feel good, or else it's going to be a bad situation.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's
I can't even smoke
so
with certain
true.
people.
Yeah, that's
Same.
true. Smoking with certain people absolutely sucks. When you get one person in the group that nobody wants to smoke with, and they join, and the conversation, you can't talk about certain things, ruins the vibe. I hate that. But I've never heard as positive things about acid that I've heard about shrooms. Like now when I scroll on TikTok, I see so many therapists or psychiatrists on TikTok being like, why shrooms are great for anxiety. And I'm like, oh.
That's what I'm saying. It's that new wave. It's that Oregon shit.
That new age shit, baby.
I am more open to... I don't know if this is going to sound right. More open to drugs than I am with alcohol. Like I would rather
I agree with you. Yeah,
do...
I agree.
Like, weed is not a drug, but like, say you were like Rhea, like, let's go out and, roll, let's do some Molly, or if you were like, let's do shrooms, I would do that in a second, whereas like drinking, I'm not like pumped up about it. Like, I'm not like, let's fucking get
I also
fucked
think
up.
with
Like
certain drugs, you can do them in different settings that you don't think. Like people say like, oh, let's go out, get fucked up and do Molly. It's like, you don't have to do Molly only fucked up at the club.
I could do Molly in my house.
My favorite
I feel like
time.
I could do it doing the podcast.
Yes.
That'd be fucking
My
fun.
favorite time that I've ever done Molly literally was like at my friend's birthday beach weekend getaway, and we were like dosing our cups, and we had the best. It was just like girls
You told me about
laughing and
this.
chilling on the beach. It was the time of my fucking life. Like we had the best time. So fun. And I was like, this is the best. Like, why would I ever like be doing this in a club where I'm sweating and thirsty and want to die?
Right, yeah.
This is the real shit. But I want to ask your
We
guys'
have
thoughts.
to go on a vacation.
We really do.
And
just
do Molly
I think we
on
need
the
to go away
beach.
for like a month. And
Let's
each
go
week
to
we do
Oregon
drugs.
and just fucking rip
and
shit
just
up.
do
right?
all kinds of drugs, except not, like we said, not the scary ones.
Yeah, we know. Yes.
Yeah.
I speaking of scary drugs, though, I want to ask your guys' opinion on the drug that is kind of the hotness. There are two drugs that are a little bit the hotness. One, DMT, I know nothing about. I want to ask you in a second. But before that, ketamine. Have you... Ketamine.
Okay.
Heard.
That's like the TikTok
Ketamine
sound.
Is, first of all, I think of Succession. I don't know why, because
I think they
Kendall
get fucked
thinks
up
he's
on
going to do
ketamine.
coke, but then it's ketamine.
Tana Mojo.
Yeah.
And I also think of how Whitney Cummings is like prescribed ketamine.
Yeah.
And I don't know why or how. I don't really understand.
For
ketamine.
those who don't know,
thought it
it's
was horse
it's essentially that. It's like it's like a borderline muscle relaxer, but not quite. I mean, I can look at. Oh, no, it's fine. I don't need to really get into it. It's supposed to like slow you down and calm you down in small doses. It can be treated for like anxiety and things like that. But it's not everybody will like treat you with ketamine. It's a whole thing. But now it's become like a party drug in clubs and shit. And so I had never. I have tried it a couple times. First time I tried it, I was like, I'm not sure.
So
I won't do it.
So yeah. So here's the thing. I tried it.
I want that
at
out there.
A club. I tried it at One Oak.
I'm not with the K.
I am not with the K.
I was with my friends and we like went to this back room. We like, did some ketamine, whatever, come out. And I didn't know what to expect. I just knew, I was like, whatever, like my friends all the time, and he's always at the club, so it must be fine. After like 20 minutes or so, I was feeling great, but not like I wanted to be at the club. I was like, I would love to be on my fucking couch right now. Like this is, like I was kind of swaying along.
Yeah.
I didn't necessarily, the thing that happens to you apparently if you take too much is you fall into a K-hole. I've never had that happen to me, but people say it's actually awful. So I don't know because I haven't taken enough of it. But I like went home after it. Like it was like 20 minutes later and I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to go home because I would like to just chill right now. Like I feel relaxed and I want to take advantage of feeling relaxed. I feel because I don't feel relaxed so often. So I understand why people can get it prescribed for anxiety because I did feel great.
Yeah.
But then I don't know what
Do you
it's
feel like
if you...
it was kind of like Xanax?
Yes, that's exactly how it felt to me. Which I love.
Yeah, no, I like Xanax. I've been prescribed Xanax, so I feel like I'm allowed to say that.
As have I. Yes, as have I.
I feel like I don't fuck with people like doing bars.
No.
Every single
can't
night,
fuck around
like
with
going
pills.
drinking. Like that's how you get addicted,
Right.
and that's just like I like Xanax for the fact of like if I really need to calm down
100%.
for anxiety, like yes, then it feels amazing.
And people forget,
but-
like, yes, we're talking about drugs casually right now, but like drugs do put holes in your fucking brain.
Yes.
Like like that happens.
There's
and
two
so does
sides to
Xanax.
the conversation.
Right,
drugs
always.
are fun, but also drugs
They're
can ruin
very
your
bad
life.
for you.
They like usually do ruin your life and yourself, but
Yeah.
like people still do it. And
Right.
there's not ever going to be a time where people don't do drugs.
Exactly. And it's
Yeah.
my fucking life.
Yeah,
Right.
But talking about the ketamine, I have
Yeah.
a bunch of friends that are like cokeheads, whatever, and when they do too much coke, they'll like do a bump of ketamine to like
to even out.
and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's fucking
Do these people not understand that their hearts can stop? I feel like I'm coming in.
No,
like
they don't. You're right, though. You're right. They don't understand.
I don't fuck with those kind of drugs.
I don't like.
Because it's like
I don't like any of that
I do
shit.
not fuck with coke, ketamine, that shit. It feels like you never know. You can take one wrong bump, and all of a sudden your life is over.
That's
And
why I
that's
like
a
Adderall.
very
I'll
scary
snort
thing.
Adderall.
I'll take. I'd much rather take an Adderall than do coke.
Whenever my friends are doing coke, I snort Adderall to because they're like not even that, but they're like cutting me lines, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, and then they're like, fine, we'll give you Adderall.
Are you worried about fentanyl?
Yes, that is exactly what it is. It's
so
fentanyl
let me tell you.
being in, and I will say, just on the snorting Adderall aspect, I've snorted Vyvanse. Do not do that.
No,
it
don't.
burns your nose.
So does Adderall. I thought so. I like when people snort Adderall. I'm like,
do it a
ouch,
lot.
because I have snorted Adderall like once in my life when I was a freshman in college, and my like roommates at the time and guy friends were like, yeah, let's snort some Adderall, and I was like, ooh, crazy college, and it fucking hurt with the beads. Yeah, it fucking hurt.
Oh, see, I don't.
No, it hurt.
I got a nose.
My nose was bleeding for like days. But anyway, but the coke thing is, I went to an affluent college where cocaine was very prevalent. Everybody, and I was saying this before to you guys, like, I don't know at what point overnight suddenly everybody did cocaine, but it was like overnight. It was like, oh fuck, okay.
I hate it, honestly.
And it's a little much. And
Same.
so
I don't like coke.
And so
Neither
like
do I.
yeah,
I think it's a scary thing.
It gives me like a fucking migraine. So I'm out on it. Like, I think forever, but also, whatever. We'll see. Maybe a crazy night. But no, it's the fentanyl thing. I have now had from the same college, so many kids developed these cocaine addictions. I want to say the number is like either 6 or 7 people that I know from college that are now dead because they accidentally snorted fentanyl, and I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
That's
I could
what
literally
I'm
list their
saying.
names, like people I know.
That's why I don't fuck with
personally.
it.
that
Yeah.
are dead.
It's not something
like
to
you can't fuck with it. Yeah.
You realize how
Molly
many
and
people.
shit, like-
yeah, Molly's also very
Molly
dangerous
too,
too.
yeah.
If you buy Xanny bars from people, they cut it with
no, do not buy Xanax bars from anybody.
No.
If your parents have a prescription and like to give you some, then maybe take it from that. Or if you have a prescription yourself.
I think that's what happened when like Mac Miller died. People realized like it doesn't matter who you are, like it could be laced.
If
exactly.
he's dying from it, then we're most likely dying from what we get.
Right. You
Right,
never
like
know.
I that's why I do not fuck with like all those things. Coke,
There was also a
ketamine, any of
rumor-
those things. I just don't. I don't think it's worth the risk that you are putting yourself in.
Same.
And because
Adderall lasts longer.
Yeah.
it's no, but it really could be laced with anything, and I think it's crazy that people
If
are
you're gonna
so
do it,
nonchalant about it.
They have
like
testing
the people,
kits. If you're gonna do it, get a fucking test kit.
Yeah, they do.
You just have to be responsible about. People will do coke. They'll do it with anybody. Oh, this person gave me a little
Oh,
baggie
yeah.
of coke at the bar.
Coke is like,
why are you
people
doing
pass
that?
out Coke
They're
like
literally-
Advil.
People
could
pass out
be-
coke like it's Advil,
Yeah, it's
literally.
like,
Like if you
there could
sometimes
be
you walk into a
anything in
party and
that.
someone puts a key up your nose, like, and you're like, oh shit, hello, I'm welcome
Yeah.
to the party,
My
like
mom
that
said
shit. And I'm
That the
like,
one
whoa.
time she did coke, she was way younger, and she was at like a club with her friends, and her friend like blew coke in her face.
Oh,
and
wow.
like, and my mom was like, "Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, what
like,
the fuck
does
is
she,
this?
Like,
Yeah.
like people just like are so.
Wait, that's literally from This Is the End.
Oh yeah, like
yeah.
How does this coke smell? Yeah,
how
Does coke smell
hysterical.
funny?
Yeah,
Does
does-
smoke-
yeah, does the
does
coke
smell
smell
funny?
funny? Yeah.
No, that's a funny line.
That is
But I think it's a dangerous thing. But it's what goes back to what we said. Drugs are fun, but they're also highly
Scary.
dangerous. Some drugs, seem like could be a cool thing and that it doesn't really ruin as many people's lives. Other ones, very dark.
Did you guys ever hear this rumor? This is what went around after like I think 3 or 4 of those people I mentioned before died within like 4 months of each other. And the rumor was that drug dealers will sometimes purposely lace their coke with fentanyl in order to see how far their like selling reach is going. Like they'll read the news. I don't know where I heard this. But
What?
yes, and they're
And
like
it's more addictive, so they come back.
Yes,
if they don't die
it's like
from
that.
It. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And so they can see, like, if they hear news reports of like kids or someone dies or overdosing
Yeah.
of fentanyl, whatever, they're like, oh, okay, I've made it to like 3 states away or something, some shit like that. It's like almost like a calling card. Yeah,
I've heard
this is what
that
I
a
was
lot
hearing.
about a lot of
And
like,
I obviously,
places.
I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I heard that on several accounts, and I wonder if it is true. But it makes me, it's like drug dealers are so fucking
insane.
sketchy,
Drug
man.
dealers
They're
are
so
sketchy.
sketchy.
I think that
so sketchy.
my I don't know if I could say this. The person
What is
that
it?
my
We can cut it if it's
sister,
bad.
yeah, we can cut. The person my sister gets her weed from and like edibles and shit, I'm convinced he's lacing it. Like I don't know.
you
I
think
have
so?
this weird because I think he sells other drugs, and I have this because anytime I eat any of her edibles, it's like the worst experience of my entire life compared to like if I get an edible from somebody else.
Yeah.
But when I get it from her, it's like my life is over. Like
I feel like maybe that's her. She's doing that to you.
Yeah,
my sister's drugging me. Yeah,
I
don't know. That's fucked up though that drug dealers are doing that. That's a whole other. It's a scary
crazy.
thing. Drugs being laced is scary.
It's really nuts. But but also with moving on from like ketamine and cocaine, the DMT thing. I know that's like a new hotness. Whatever. That's Army Hammers.
I heard a crazy story.
I know nothing about it. Do you guys know
somebody
DMTs?
who makes DMT.
Everyone makes it. That's what my story is. And usually people literally put it in jewel pods and shit and smoke it.
What is it?
This is the story that I have. My friend went to OSU, and her senior year, she was friends with like the nerds, whatever. They were all biochem majors. Mm-hmm. But they were like drug addicts. Like they did so many drugs, and they figured out how to make DMT because they're fucking like lab rats. And they made DMT, but they didn't want to try it. So they asked her, they were like, do you want to be the guinea pig? And she can barely smoke weed. So she was like, no. So they had her other friend go in, and he did. They like vaporized it and smoked it. And what basically DMT does to you, it makes you feel like you're tripping for days, like weeks, but it's only like 6 minutes long. So this kid that did it, he thought he was on a desert island for 3 days. He was tripping for 6 minutes. Like he snapped out of it, and he was like, that was 3 days, and it's 6 minutes, and it's like a horrible like it could be an amazing experience. Like maybe you go somewhere fun,
you see aliens. Miley, I heard Miley Cyrus talk about it on Joe Rogan, that she saw all of her different personalities come out of her in front of her face.
That's what she was taking,
and then like swallowed it back in.
Yes,
that freaks me out. I don't know if I would. I don't think I would. I think I'm too paranoid.
A higher version of it too. I can't remember what it's called, like DMT something else.
Yeah.
And you just disappear. Like you don't see anything. Like it's just darkness.
Wow.
Like,
oh my god.
You just get a little break from the world.
Wait, so maybe my weed was laced with DMT.
I mean, this is a crazy thing.
When I went blind and deaf and didn't see anything.
Maybe
this makes me feel like I'm no longer plugged in. Like I feel like I like when this.
Kelly,
I was
Kelly
like,
thought she was a drug gal.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I know my shit on drugs.
Do you know ego death?
No,
like what that is. That's what like happens if you
ego
take too
death.
much, like,
I've heard.
Yeah,
but what does it mean?
I think it's like you're not like you're not a being anymore. You're just like in the universe, and like you don't like feel like a human. I don't really know. Honestly.
I see people talking about on TikTok all the time that they've taken so much acid that they've experienced ego death.
Yes,
where they
that's where I've seen
are
it on
not
TikTok, but I didn't know what it meant
anymore, and that they've opened up their minds so much to the point where they don't even think like the world is real or that
like
they're
just
real.
They're just not
that,
human.
And not even like what we talked
I feel
about.
that way sometimes. I smoke too much weed, to be honest.
I think it's like way worse.
I'm sure.
You like don't see anything.
I mean,
like,
that
you don't
sounds
see your hands. Like you're just in the universe.
What? That's
fucking crazy.
That sounds horrifying. But
yeah,
like,
some people like that. Like the DMT shit. If Miley Cyrus thing kind of sounds cool, but then
like I would like a
something...
controlled try of DMT.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to act. That's the kind of thing.
Sounds like it fucks your brain up long term though. Like that seems
like
a long term fucks you up.
That's the scary part about these drugs and like psychedelics and stuff is that I saw some things that it's like, your brain only works at a certain capacity, but then it opens up when you try these other drugs and it makes you think about things in a different way and makes you solve problems in a different way. But then I feel like it gets to a point where you then think you're better than everybody. Yeah. Like I think people who do psychedelics sometimes think they know more and are so much better than everybody
like,
because
my
they've
brain's more expanded.
Yeah, like I've expanded my brain a bit more than you have, and then it just becomes
When's
like
the last time you've expanded.
Yeah, like it becomes that sort of thing. So I think it's definitely something that you gotta be careful with. And by the way,
you gotta test the
legally speaking, we are not advising anybody to do drugs.
Oh no. This
we
is not
just want that out there.
No, yeah, we're speaking our own experiences.
Very much said they ruin lives.
Yeah.